Mataji.
Yes, Ryan.
Today I'm going to make some rare Pokemon cards.
Pokemon. Okay.
And
I don't know why is
actually,
every
and
I
actually,
don't play Pokemon anymore.
Mataji,
Okay.
I remember when at school, everyone would bring Pokemon cards, and because of that, they banned it. We call it the Great Ban of like 2017 or 2018. I forgot.
Mataji, I never
Our
played
school.
Pokemon. Mataji, I don't play any games.
Mataji,
Okay.
I'm going to
That's
make them
good.
with a divisor. Pokemon cards
Okay.
are actually made of divisors. I saw it in a YouTuber video that a guy was making some Pokemon cards. And
I'm going to give you an assignment, Ryan. Okay, a special assignment. Samskriti, you were
Mataji.
saying something?
Yeah, I was just saying that my school banned Pokemon cards too because people are bringing too many.
They would bring loads and loads of Pokemon cards, and they would
No,
trade.
but people still bring them.
Mataji,
Yeah, and secret.
Mataji,
Yes, Param.
I don't play any video games.
That's good.
Okay.
It will let you focus on Krishna consciousness more.
And I don't
Yes.
sometimes I don't even watch TV.
Okay, good self-control.
I never play
Is-
games. Unless sometimes.
Param, not sometimes. Don't watch every time. Then you will become a perfect kid.
Okay. Okay, so you all are all exalted devotees. On the way. Very nice. You're at least on the way. That's very nice.
Mataji,
I
we'll
s-
reverse that. For me, we'll reverse that, and then we can do you and Vanita Gandharvika Mataji and the other Govinda kids.
What will you do?
The exalted devotees are you and Vanita Gandharvika Mataji
Ah,
because it takes a lot of time to give class and like you give, and Vanita Gandharvika Mataji has to like find like the speakers for like the classes, and it takes a long time to invite. So you're exalted devotees.
I'm not sure about that, but whatever service we can do, that we are doing, and thank you, Param, for speaking out. Okay, so what we'll do, because we know we are not, Vinita Gandhika Mataji will agree to it. Okay, so let's have our chanting bags with us and let's chant around. Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prishtaya, Bhutale Shrimati, Krishna Vaswamiti Namani, Prabhupada, Sai Prakash, Utreya, Pracharan Padam Sampavati, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu, Nityananda, Shri Dvaita Gadadhara, Shivasari, Gaura Bhakta. You can keep yourself on mute if you can when you're chanting. Brian, you can keep yourself on mute, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram,
Padaya, Krishna Krishna, Gita.
Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Dev Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna Dev Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Haribol? Okay. So we'll come. I just have one slide to it.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Shivadran Giridhari. Sorry we joined late, Mataji.
Haribol, thank you for joining. Subhadra Giridhari. Second, where did we go? Okay. Yes. Okay, where are we? Yes, we are here. I have the slide there. So, Hare Krishna Subhadra Giridhari, Krishna Nena. Brian, whenever you are okay, you can come on video, okay? Okay.
Mataji, my screen is not working.
Okay. Okay, no worries.
The other laptop can only work. The blue one of mine can work.
Okay, okay, got it. Yes, I remember you told me last time. Okay, everybody, can you unmute for the prayers? Om
Om
Agyanatimirandasya Jnananjana Gurave Namaha
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna
Namo
Krishna
Vishnupadaya
Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Krishna Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami
Vedanta Swami Iti
Namaste
Namine
Saraswati Deve Gauravani
Namaste Saraswate
Gauravadi
Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha
Krishna Chaitanya
Jaya Shri Krishna
Nityananda Shri
Chaitanya
Advaita Gadadhara
Prabhu
Shri
Nityananda
Vasadhara
Shri Advaita
Hare
Gadadhara
Krishna
Sivasari
Krishna
Gaura
Hare Hare
Bhaktivinoda
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Haripol. Very nice. Okay. Yes, Samskriti?
Sorry, Mataji, I accidentally raised my hand.
Okay. Okay. Now, last week, the verse which we did. How many of you remember that? Oh, Krishna. Last week, which verse did we do?
Oh, Mati, can I say it?
Which one was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remembered it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Saveda dhatu pavidam parasya turyanta veera saratanga pane yo maya santatatyanu vitya pajet tatpad saroja gandham.
Did we do that? I think we did another one. Wait. I think we did the Maya Dakshena Prakriti, right?
Yes,
Mataji, I
Mataji, we
wasn't
did
there.
Maya Dakshina Prakriti.
Okay. Can you recite that? Okay, I'm going to.
Mataji, can I?
Yes, please go ahead. Let me.
Mayadyaksena prakritihi suyate sacharacharam etunanena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate.
Very good. Subhadra Giridhari.
Yes, Mataji. Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam Hetunanena Konteya Jagadvi Parivartate. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Vrinda Maya Dakshina.
Sanskrit. Okay. Go. Vrinda, Balavrinda, and then Sanskrit.
Yeah, Mataji, she's saying. Oh, Vrinda, again. Mataji did not hear. Which one? Maya Dakshina, start.
Okay. Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam I said that without saying.
Yeah. She's here only, Mataji. She's playing with something and she's wearing the clothes.
No worries. No worries. Samskriti.
Maya dakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam etunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate.
Okay, then we have anybody else's raised hand? Okay. Subhadra, yes, Giridhari.
Maya Dakshina Prakriti Shuyate Cha Shacharacharam Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagadvi Parivartate.
Okay. Krishna Nana, do you want to recite? Okay, no worries. We'll go with yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. I've shared the screen.
Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Characharam Hetunanena Kanteya Jagat Viparivartate.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else wants to recite? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go with the next shade, okay? Everybody can see the screen? 9.11?
Mataji, is this the new word?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the new words, okay?
Yeah, because Mataji, I wasn't there when that 9.10 was there. I wasn't
Okay,
here.
yes. Okay, okay. Never mind. We can do with this verse, okay? Avajananti
Avajanati
mama mudha.
Mama
Muda.
Muda.
Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajanati Mama Muda.
Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajanati Mama Muda.
Mama mudha.
Mama Muda.
Manusham. Manushim. Manushim.
Manushim.
Avajananti Mamuda or Mama Muda?
Yeah, I
Mama
think
Muda,
it's
sorry.
Mamuda. That's how
Mama
it
Muda. Mama
Mataji, I
Muda.
got confused. I thought
One
it was
second.
Mamuda.
Param,
One
you should
second.
learn this. It has your name.
Oh yeah, it does.
Mama Muda Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, that's what I was thinking.
My name is Transcendental.
Avajananti mama
I was
mudha.
thinking I pronounced wrong.
Avajanati Mamuda.
Mamuda.
Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajanati Mama Muda.
Muda.
Okay, it is not avajanati, jananti, okay? Avajananti mama
Avajananti
Avajananti
mudha.
Mama
Mamuda.
Muda.
Manushim.
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 Tanumashritam.
Tanumashritam.
Manushim tanumashritam.
Manushim Tanumashritam.
Danum Ashritam.
Ashritam. Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajananti Mama Muda.
Manushim tanumashritam.
Manushim Tanumashritam.
Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajananti Mama Muda.
Manushim tanumashritam.
Manushim Tanumashritam.
Ashritam.
Param.
Param.
Bhavam.
Bhavam.
Param bhavam.
Param Bhavam.
Ajananto.
Ajanato.
Param bhavam ajananto.
Param Bhavam Ajanato.
Mama.
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 Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama
Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Param bhavam ajananto.
Param Bhavam Ajanato.
Mam bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama
Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Param bhavam ajananto.
Param Bhavam Ajanato.
Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajananti Mama Muda.
Avajananti mama mudha.
Avajananti Mama Muda.
Manushim tanumashritam.
Manushim Tanumashritam.
Param bhavam ajananto.
Param Bhavam
Ajanato.
Param bhavam ajananto.
Param Bhavam Ajanato.
Antu.
Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Avajananti Mamuda. Nashindanu. Ashritam.
Mama bhuta maheshwaram.
Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Okay. This is left, huh? Just give me 1 second. Okay, so we'll go with the, what we'll do is we will have, yes, Abhinav, can you go ahead with the verse?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
recitation?
Avajananti mamura manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhutam maheshwaram.
Subhadra Giridhari?
Yes, Mataji. Avajananti Vamamudha Manishim Tanamashtam Paramavamajanata Mamabuddha Maheshwaram. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hey, Bol Param?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Avajananti Vamudha Manushim Tanam Ashritam
Ashritam.
Parambhavam Ajanto Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram.
Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. Okay, who else is there? Balavrinda?
I play. Okay. Okay. Avajananti Mamuda Manishim Tanamashida Parambhavajananta Mama Bhuta Maheshwara.
Good. Krishna Nena?
Yes, Mataji. Avajanati mamuda manusim tanamashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Then who else is there? Ryan? Samskriti?
Avajanati mamuda manusham.
Mataji, I'm right here.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, yeah, first we'll complete with the Samskriti.
Manusham tanum ashritam param bhavam ajanati mam bhuta maheshwaram.
Okay, Param Bhavam Ajananto. Param Bhavam
Okay.
Ajananto. Mamu Bhuta Maheshwaram. Okay. Abhinav will
Yes,
recite,
Mataji.
and Ryan, will you recite with Abhinav? Haribol Ryan?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Abhinav, can you recite one word, at least 2 words at a time, so that Ryan can recite with you?
Okay. Avajananti
Avajananti
mamura
Namuda
manushim
Tanisham
tanum
Tanam
ashritam
Ashitam
param
Taram
bhavam
Pavam
ajananto
Ajananto
mama bhuta
Mama Bhuta
maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Okay. Now Giridhari will recite for you, Ryan, and you can recite after Giridhari. Is that okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, Giridhari.
Yes, Mataji.
One word, okay? One word at a time, so that it's easy for him.
Yes, Mataji. Avajananti
Avajananti
Mam Muda
Munda
Manushim
Manunshim
Tanum
Tanam
Ashritam
Asitam
Param
Param
Bhavam
Pavam
Ajanata
Ajanato
Mama Bhuta
Ota
Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Very good.
Avajananti Mamuda.
Okay, it might be a little bit hard for him to go with that. Thank you so much. Okay. So, you know what we'll do is next time onwards. So when there is anyone who needs assistance, I want someone among you to help that person. Okay? Is that okay with you all?
Okay, Mataji.
What will happen with that? Any idea?
Mataji, can I say?
Yes, Param.
So what will happen is that they can like recite the verse easily, like they don't have to like learn line by line. They can like do it like word by word so that they can like pronounce it clearly and do the verse rightly.
Okay. Yeah, the main reason which I want you all to do this is because, see, now as you see that you are giving presentations, right? Many of you give presentations, isn't it? So you are learning scriptures, you are, second. Yeah, you're learning scriptures, you are preaching. So if at all you go anywhere for a preaching program, okay, and then there is a there is anybody uh who wants to recite a verse, or if you want somebody to recite any verse, so you can get into a habit of slowly one by one. So if somebody is new to Krishna consciousness, or somebody who wants to learn the verses, or somebody who wants to you want somebody to recite some verse, this can be just one step ahead practice for it, so that you can lead them in some way or the other. Yes,
Verses
Abhidham?
are
Yes,
very powerful in Krishna consciousness, because if the person is Indian, then of course they know Bhagavad Gita is very special. So if you quote verses from Bhagavad Gita, it adds a lot of authority to
yes.
what you're preaching to them.
Exactly. It gives a checking, right? Like you give a praman for it. Yes, Giridhari.
Mataji, I want to say something like Abhinav, like if new persons in Krishna consciousness who are learners who are beginners, slow by slow it will be hard for them, but being like in stage by stage, they will progress in their spiritual life.
Sure. Right. Very nice. Thank you so much. And slowly you all should get into preaching, right? So what we will do is, again next week onwards, for some part of our class, or maybe Vinita Gandharika Mataji.
Yes, Mataji?
Mataji, when are we planning for the kids when they are presenting for the Rath Yatra thing?
Oh, that was over, Mataji, because last week we had one gap, right? I thought of
Okay.
doing that time, but it is over. Maybe at the end, I mean, some children does not have schools from May itself. Some does not have from June first week. So June we
Okay.
can open for the presentations and see, Mataji. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we do not have a
my Radha
specific.
Yatra, Mataji, my Radha Yatra is in August, and I will be going to India at that time.
Mataji,
Oh,
mine is in
okay.
July.
Your school
Okay.
holidays are different. Like our Texas area, not only Texas, even Florida, everyone is getting holidays from May 26th itself. So some of you are
Right.
from June 9th. So I am little not understanding what to do with the holidays.
Okay. Yeah. No worries, Mataji. We can postpone that part as all the Rath Yatras happen in different places. Then we can go ahead with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So coming back to our verse. Okay, the synonyms and the meanings. So everybody, eyes and ears on the synonyms. Mama.
My
Mahaishwaram.
The supreme
proprietor.
The supreme proprietor. Okay, everybody, though you find it a little bit later, but I want everybody to repeat it. Okay. A body.
Tanam.
Tanum.
Tanum.
A body. Tanum. Transcendental.
Param.
Param. Transcendental. Param. Foolish men.
Mudha.
Muda.
Yeah.
I remember there was a nice song which they used Muda in. It
Which
sounded
one?
so nice. I forgot. I kind of forgot what it was.
Okay,
But
whenever you remember, let us know.
they used Muda in that.
Mhm.
All the foolish people who don't understand love of Godhead.
They are mudas. Okay. Not knowing.
Ajanta.
Ajanta.
Ajananta.
Ajananta. Okay. And what is left? Avajanati. Avajananti.
Deride.
Deride.
Deride. Okay. Avajananti. Deride. Foolish men.
Muda.
Manushim.
In a human
In a
form.
human form.
In a human form. Ashritam.
Assuming.
Assuming. Nature.
Bhavam.
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 The supreme proprietor.
Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram. Of everything that be.
Bhuta.
Bhuta.
Okay. Okay, Subhadra, can you read the translation, please?
Yes, Mataji. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be.
Ooh, where am I? What happened? Can you see? Stop share. Wait.
Oh.
Wait, I'll share it again. It went somewhere. Okay. You can see the screen, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be. Now, how much, like how many times the Lord has tried to tell everyone, many of the time when you read the other scriptures, you do not get a clear idea of what things are. But then when over here, Krishna himself is telling us, right? And Krishna himself is like, in many ways, Krishna tells us that I am the supreme. And there are many, see, when somebody says that I'm the supreme, you might not believe in it, right? We always think that, oh, is this person trying to just boost? But then Krishna, he even showed his transcendental form, right? When he was talking to Arjuna, and when he was guiding Arjuna, he even showed his transcendental form. And, like what happens is, like anyone and everyone, suppose now, that, okay, you are, maybe you are clever. Okay, I'll just give an example. Maybe you're clever. You're not going to go and tell each and everyone whom you find on the street, right? Hey, you know what? I'm clever. Hey, you know what? I'm clever. Will you do that? No. Or maybe you have done something very nice. You are not going to go on the street and then yell over there, hey, I did this nice. Hey, you know what? I did this. I achieved this. No, that will be only some of your close friends, close family, or really, really nice friend whom you feel that, yes, I should share with him. Or you feel that that person is really worthy of listening to me, or he really listens to me. Only, or you have faith in him, he has faith in you. Only that person will you go and talk to, right? So in the Bhagavad Gita over here, Arjuna is the best friend of Krishna, right? And there's a point where Arjuna now surrenders to Krishna, and he takes him as his spiritual master. And at that time, when Krishna starts explaining all the transcendental nature of his appearance, the reason for his descending on this planet, and in this all explanation, then Krishna is also telling us that fools derived me, that's Krishna, when I descend in the human form. right? There are many people around over here in this world. They will not believe in the form of the Lord. They last time I said, right? What they will say, that the Lord has made the whole universe and he's got split into everything, and now the Lord does not exist anywhere. He is there in the universe everywhere, but now he does not have a form. But we all have seen, right? Like, if we go, right, we see this form of the Lord. It's also Shri Radha Ramanji's appearance day today, right? 5th for you all, right? 5th of May. It's also the appearance day of Shri Radha Ramanji. So the Lord has descended. When the Lord comes into the human form, it is like they will try to speculate. They will try to say that, oh, you know what, it's also human form. It's just like me and you. And such people are what they are called. What are they called?
Muda.
Muda.
Can you see the screen? Is the screen loaded?
Yes.
Okay. A Muda, right? And you know, the best way, how can you find if a person is really how can you find that a person is really intelligent or is just babbling? What is the best way to find out? Is there any test? Is there any test to find out?
If they talk materially,
Krishna.
like they want
Eh,
like
I'll
food.
give you an example. Okay, I'll give you an example. So that a story, a short story. Ryan, are you there? Are you listening? Okay, Ryan is busy today a little bit. Okay, now I'll tell you one thing. Okay, in an assembly of birds. Now, if you see, a crow is black in color, right? A crow is black in color, and a cuckoo who sings beautifully, right? A cuckoo is also black in color, right? So in an assembly, a crow, he tries to imitate that he is a cuckoo, because the cuckoo has always been appreciated for her beautiful singing, her beautiful voice. But then the crow also tries to imitate, or the crow also tries to portray that he's a cuckoo, that he also sings beautifully, so that everybody should appreciate him. And he goes into the flock of birds where there are all cuckoos over there. Now, a Muda, a person who is not intelligent enough to understand the Lord, he will not have clear ideas about the Lord. He will not have the clear knowledge about the Lord. So his knowledge is definitely going to be all shattered and all mixed up, and he will not have his clear views about it. So what happens for such people is, though they portray themselves to be a lot intelligent, although they portray themselves to be a lot knowledgeable, the perfect to understand such a person is when they start opening their mouth. In a flock of birds, or in a flock of birds where there were all cuckoos over there, this crow enters into that flock and he portrays himself, or he imitates himself to be a cuckoo. But and then as the cuckoo's natural instinct is that they will start singing, they will start what voice does a cuckoo make? Anybody?
I've never heard or saw a cuckoo before.
Oh,
Me
you
too.
haven't?
I never saw the
Okay, in a
I think
few
I think it's not in a veil. I think it's not living in this state.
have you heard this?
What?
Have you heard this
No.
sound? Now?
No.
Oh, you know what? In a few minutes, maybe if at all we are fortunate enough, we'll hear the cuckoo singing. In India, like majority of the time, I think not more in the winters, but then the cuckoo always sings coo, coo, and it's so nice. Like when a cuckoo is singing, if you repeat it along with it, or if you sing along with it, she will again sing back. So whenever you're walking, when we go for a walk, and if a cuckoo is singing, and then if you say coo, she will again reply in more loudly, or with a more frequency, she'll repeat. In a few seconds, in few minutes, when I hear it, I'll have you all listen to it. Okay, a cuckoo. So then the cuckoo, as all the cuckoos start singing, the crow could not resist his will to speak. So the crow starts to sing. And how does a crow sing? Ha,
Yeah,
ha.
yeah,
And how
Right?
there's so many crowds outside. There's so many crows near my house.
Oh, is it good? Good. At least there are. So the crow, as he opens his mouth, the true nature of that bird was revealed. And then they all came to know that this is a crow, and then they have to shoo him off. So the same a person who tries to imitate that he is more knowledgeable, or he has a plenty of a lot of things he knows, he might imitate in such a way externally, but as soon as that person opens his mouth, the true nature of that person is revealed. Right? So there are so many bogus gurus who try to reveal themselves that yes, we have the knowledge and we have acquired this siddhi and that siddhi. But as soon as you observe them into your day-to-day life, or as soon as you see them what they are speaking, you know that they do not know about what they are speaking. If they are like, there are many times when there are hari kathas, okay, and this is I had personally experienced this, that there was one hari katha, and it happened that I was there around that time. And then the person over there, he seemed that he was a lot knowledgeable and he knew all the Bhagavad Gathas. But then when I heard for him, not even for 2 minutes, when I heard for not even 2 minutes, I just could not wait over there. Because the way he was speaking and what he was speaking, it was like totally, you could not even listen to what he was speaking. So such are the people around in the whole world who will try to, they do not know anything, but they will try to comment upon the Lord. They will try to comment upon everything else as well. Okay, so this is one part. In this verse, there is one part of it is that people who do not know about the Lord will also try to speculate about the Lord and try to speak about it. So fools deride me when I descend in the human form. Okay, so they say, "Oh, this is not Lord." Like for see, when we had the best story about our in the scriptures also, that when the Lord descends in the human form and does his Bala Leela in the human form, who which is the story, which was the God, who the demigod who got confused and um try to test the Lord, or try to play trick with the Lord. Which was the story?
Brahma.
Anybody? Which
Yeah.
one? Which story?
Indra?
Indra. Okay. Which story was with Brahma?
When he kidnapped all the
Yeah, when he
100 boys
kidnapped all
after
the yeah, the
after the killing
Gopas.
of Agasura.
Agasura,
Yeah.
right? So
Mm.
yeah, so how Brahma, he tried to he tried to take all the hide all the gopas, because then when he saw that Krishna was eating with his friends, he said that how can the supreme personality, Giridhari, Subhadra, you want to say something?
Yes, Mataji, I know this story. So basically in this story, like they were playing along, and then they came with Yashoda Maya and took all the sweet treats and went under a tree. And while they were eating, then all the cows were missing. So one of the cowherd boys went to find all the cows, and then the rest of them were the coward boy, like Krishna told him to sit down, and he said he was going to look for the cows, and then Brahma came and wanted to prank Krishna. So he put a spell on the coward boys, and he put a spell on the cowherd boys, and then put them in dream world.
Yes, right. And then he himself was confused when he saw that Krishna had already taken like
I know
there were
what
so
to do.
many.
So when Brahma was back here, it was Krishna. He was the magic. He used his his re, his 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 reflection and to make out his
Yes,
friend
he
his
expanded himself.
reflection.
Right. He expanded
And
himself
then and it was oftenly the Krishna because the cowherd boy turned back into Krishna.
right.
Brahma was confused.
Right. Right. So see, if Brahma was confused and he was into dilemma about and why did he have this dilemma? Because when he saw that Krishna was eating along with his friends from the same tiffins which they had bought, and they were all sharing the food. He said that how can this be possible? It is, how can the Lord be doing this? And that is the reason he did all this Leela all happened, right? So imagine if Brahma was confused, the people around over in this world who do not know about the transcendental nature of the Lord, his appearance and his Leelas, they will go on babbling anything and everything, whatever they think is right. They will not go and check for the pramanas. They will not check for anything. So the Lord says that when I descend in the human form, people do not know about me and they try to deride or they try to just speak anything and everything, whatever they feel is right. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all. Okay. So in this verse, in this explanation, it is that how the fools they. Okay, why is this coming twice? 1 second, okay. Okay, so like human being are or human beings will not know everything about everything, right? But the Lord, he has much more knowledge than we do. Sometimes what happens, some things happen in our life and we do not know what the reason was, isn't it? And then you try to think about why things happened, but maybe at that time those the conditions or what has to happen might not be more clear with us. So you should always remember that God has more knowledge, or the Lord knows much more better than what we can. And sometimes it is right, the man proposes, God disposes. There's this wording, man proposes, God disposes. That, like, for an example, how we know that, suppose when a child who has cold and cough, he might go and talk to his dad that I want ice cream. What do you think? Will the dad give him ice cream when he has cold and cough?
No.
No, right? No, because that is not good for that child. The same way, Lord knows what's best for us, and according to that, whatever we get is according to what the Lord knows is best for us. Okay, so always that trust on the Lord is very, very important. Krishna Nana, can you read this for us? Krishna Nana is in there. So Devi also is in there today. Samskriti? Where are our friends? Can you read this for us, please?
Okay. When one becomes malicious upon seeing another's advancement of life, his state of mind is generally called envy, nectar of devotion.
Very good. So what over here we're talking about is envy. That these some of these people who try to compete with the Lord. Okay, they're trying to have a competition with the Lord. What do they do? They are trying to see themselves in equilibrium with the Lord. Okay, so they try to envy the Lord. In the same way, this envy characteristic or envy which is there in this whole world, it's there with everyone. It's never we can say that, oh, I'm devoid of envy. Where did Param go? Is Param there? I don't see Param today. over here. Maybe he dropped out because of connection problem, something. Okay. So then in this world, what do we see? That people envy each other, right? And why does this envy come? When somebody is doing much more better than me, then I might not, if that you do not like it, then that will be an envy which is coming up. So the same way in this, you in our human form also, what do you feel? That we feel that, oh, the Lord has come in human form, and then you try to take the Lord as at the same platform as you are. And then the envy which is there starts increasing. So it's not envy with only the fellow people which we have, but envy with the Lord is also what some people practice. And those are among these people which are called as the Mudha, who will try to equilibrate Lord with yourself and then try to have a take the Lord at the same platform as you are. The example is of Shishupal, right? Is over here. Okay. Okay. This is another example. We'll go with it. Of Shishupal. Shishupal never accepted that Krishna was the supreme. He always thought that Krishna was his cousin and he was no much more better than him. And he always tried to think that he is much more better than the Lord. He did not even accept that, okay, it was because of Krishna that his extra arms were being taken off and he had a proper life. So he always had that envy towards Krishna. And what happened when you have envy towards Krishna? What was the fate of Shishupal?
He was dead by
He was
Krishna.
dead, right? By Krishna. And like, look at how merciful the Lord is. Krishna even gave him 100 sins were what do you say? He did not punish him for 100 times when he did dishonor to Krishna. But at the 100th time, when it was all done, when the Lord finished with his boon, he because it was a boon given to his mom, right? Of Shishupal's mother, that he said that 100 times whatever he does, he will be forgiven. But after that, he will not be forgiven. So this malicious nature or this envy, if it crops up, we do not even differentiate between are we envying the Lord or are we envying just a fellow person. And this envy is very, very dangerous for our spiritual advancement. So Giridhari, can you read the next one?
Yes, Mataji. One who is conducted by a false ego and thus always distressed, both mentally and sensually, cannot tolerate the opulence of self-realized persons. Being unable to rise to the standard of self-realization, he envies such persons as much as demons envy the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Right. So this is what happens. Like you do not even envy only your fellow mates, but you start envying the Lord as well. So yeah, okay. Now the next example which we have over here is about how envy can grow and it can lead to dishonoring the Lord and his devotees. Okay. See, sometimes what happens, like you are in our day-to-day life, I'll tell you. Sometimes if you are doing some services and somebody else is not doing it and you are doing it, then it might happen that somebody might speak to you in such a harsh way that because you're doing a service also you can lead to that problem. So, or because you are a greater devotee of the Lord has a lot of affection towards you. Because of that also things might change, which is an example over here is about Lord Shiva and Prajapati Daksha. Over here, Prajapati Daksha, he knew that the Lord and Lord Shiva, they had a special bonding, they had a special relation. And he could not accept it that Shiva was much more appreciated. Lord Shiva was much more honored compared to what he was. And that also grew an enmity between him. Okay, and grew to such an extent that he even tried to dishonor the Lord in many ways. 1 second, okay, just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Carrot, move out, 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 carrot. 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 Krishna. Where am I? Yeah. So one cat came in and he went inside. Okay, so then Prajapati Daksha and in the sacrificial arena, the when Daksha comes, the all others they stood up. Okay, but then Lord Shiva, he was meditating on the Lord. So he did not have any, he was meditating on the Lord and he was sitting. And Daksha thought that it was a great insult for him. And he he did not approve of Lord Shiva sitting down or not approving of his arrival. And then the whole thing happened about in the what happened in the sacrificial arena, and at the end how Sati had she herself jumped into the pyre. So this is what happens when somebody is being enmity to has envy towards the Lord. Okay, then okay, I want you all to recite this verse. I think you all love this verse. Abhinav, can you start?
ईश्वर परमा कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम.
Subhadra Gidhari.
Mataji. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Gorvinda Sarva Karana Karanam.
Very good, Krishna and Anna.
Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Another Radha Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Thank you,
Very good.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Balavrinda. Balavrinda is there? Okay, okay, never mind. Okay, so what we will do is today, there are a few stories also with this. We'll continue with this in the next week also, okay? So we have, it's at 7:20 right now. So from in the next week, we'll continue from this verse again. Is that okay, everyone? So today we've taken about the Muda part and also about the envy. So there are few more points in this verse which I want you all to know, and then we'll continue with this next week. Okay, is that okay, everyone? So we'll end the call now. It's 7:20 for you all. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. I बोल
प्रीति माता की जय.
all the kids की जय. Hare Krishna. I'm ending the call, okay?